Okay, so to continue the video that we were working on, our next problem says, find the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation when each hourly wage increases by 10%. Now, this is indicating multiplying because when each one's increasing by a percentage, that's like multiplying. So just to kind of get this down, 10% is like 0.10. If you change 10% into a decimal, you move the decimal place back to the left 2 places. So that's why it's 0.10. So you actually multiply by 1.10. So the reason is, if you were to get like a 10% raise, well, if you multiplied your amount by 0.10, that would give you the amount of raise you're getting, like 80 cents or 90 cents. But that's in addition to what you already have. So the 1 right here, what the 1 in the 1.10, this one is going to do is take the original amount of money you made, and the 0.1 is going to give you the 10% increase on top of it. So when you see like wage increases by 10%, change it to 0.10, that's the 10%, and put the 1 in front of it. Okay, so remember, back up here on this first page, it said, data transformations using multiplication, when each value in the data set is multiplied by a number. So it says you take each thing, the mean, the median, the mode, the range, and the standard deviation, you take all the original ones, and you multiply them all by that number. So that's what our instructions were. So we're going to take the mean, the original mean, back up here, was 9.65. So we're going to take the 9.65 times 1.10. Now, you're getting an increase, so it should get bigger. So we type that in our calculator, and we get 10.62. So if you get a 10% increase to everybody, then the average also goes up 10%, which is $10.62 is the new average. Okay, now the median. The original median from up here was $8.70. I put 8.7, but we're going to put $8.70 times a 10% increase, so times 1.10. All right, type that in a calculator and you get 9.57. So the new median also went up 10%. The new median is $9.57. Now the mode, the original mode was $8.25. It was the one that occurs the most. If you're timesing them all by 10%, it's still the mode. It's just 10% higher. And you get 9.08. So the new mode is $9.08. Now the range, it doesn't stay the same. When it stays the same is when you're adding by the same amount, but we're multiplying, so the range also changes. The range was $8.25 times 1.10. The new range is 9.08. Okay, and then the standard deviation also changes by the same amount. It was 2.61 times 1.10. Use a calculator. I can't do that in my head. And you get 287. All right, so the reason we multiplied all 5 things here, all the measures of center and the measures of spread, is because we were multiplying each number times a number. So that's these rules way back up here on the first sheet that said, hey, if you're multiplying all the numbers in a data set, then you take the original mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation, and you take each of those times that number. Where adding had different rules. So kind of pay attention to like, what are you doing? And then look at the rule sheet to figure out, okay, where do I go from there? All right, let's look at example 3. So example 3 says, find the value of x when the mean is 6. So you know the mean. What you don't know is one of the data points. So how you find the mean is you add up all the numbers and divide by how many there are. So we're going to add up all the numbers in the data set, including x, because x, although it's a variable, it's holding the place of a number. Now, how many there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So all that, divide by 6. Okay, now go ahead and simplify by adding up these numbers, like using a calculator to do this right here. So we can simplify those numbers. So we can do 2 plus 8 plus 9 plus 7 plus 6. I got that that's 32. We still have plus x and divide by 6. Now that equals the mean. Okay, so I know that the mean is, I had highlighted earlier that the mean is 6. So I need to put it equal to right here, 6. Okay, this is my equation. That's the hard part. Now we solve, and once we get in the rhythm of solving, it won't be very hard. So the first thing we need to do is first, we need to get rid of the 6 on the bottom. So it's dividing by 6, so I'm going to multiply by 6. And what I do to one side, I must do to the other. So 6 times 6 is 36. Now to get x by itself, subtract the 32. So I get x equals 4. So the answer is 4. Okay, let's go ahead and try example 4. It's the exact same problem, just different numbers. Okay, I just switched the mean. So go ahead and try setting it up. We would have add up all the numbers and divide by how many there are. There are 6 numbers, and that equals the mean. And the mean is 7.5. They told us that. Okay, that's my setup. So go ahead and simplify by combining all these like terms right here. 2 plus 8 plus 9 plus 7 plus 6. That gets me 32. Okay, go ahead and finish. You're going to first multiply by 6 and then subtract the 32 and find out what x is. Okay, so here's my work so you can see it. I multiplied times 6. That's where the 45 came from. So 7.5 times 6 is 45. Then I subtracted the 32 from both sides, and I got x equals 13. So let's look at example 5. On 5, the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation of a set are listed. So I went ahead and found all of these 5 things, the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation. So they're right here for you. Okay, so now it says find the mean, median, mode, and range, and standard deviation when each hourly wage increases by $1. That means you're adding $1 to each value in the data set. So what that means is you are adding $1 to each data point. So that means when you think about what are we going to do in terms of our rules, look back at your front page with the rules. You're adding to each value, so that's this one, data transformations using addition. So remember these rules. It says the mean, the median, and the mode, you add the number to get the new mean, median, and mode. The range and the standard deviation stay the same. Okay, so go ahead and try to select what you think are the new mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation. Okay, so here are my numbers. I show my work. So you see the mean, median, and mode, I added 1 to each one. That's the dollar increase. That's why I added 1 is because it increased by $1. So here's my new values. The new mean is $10.35. The new median is $9.60, and the new mode is $9.50. The range and the standard deviation remain the same. Okay, so now find the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation when each hourly wage, so each one, increases by 15%. So remember what we talked about. First, change 15% to a decimal, and then put the 1 in front. So they're being multiplied by 1.15. Now, I'm going to refer back to that front page. When each value is being multiplied by a number, everything, the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation, they all change by multiplying by that number. You don't have to refigure up the data. You can just go and multiply the original measures of center and measures of spread to find them. So if we take the mean, the original listed up in the problem right up here is 9.35. So the mean is 9.35 times 1.15. It'll give you a 15% increase. And I get 10.75 for the new mean. All right, the median, the original median was $8.60. So we're going to times 1.15. All right, I got $9.89. So $9.89. What would the new mode be? Go ahead and try that one out. Okay, so the new mode, the original was $8.50 times 1.15 That'd be $9.78. Okay, what would the new range be? All right, it does not stay the same. It would stay the same if we were adding a number to each data point, but we're multiplying, so it also increases by 15%. So times 1.15 gives us $7.30, so it's a new range. And then last but not least, the standard deviation would also change. All right, hold on, that's kind of messing that up. So the standard deviation would also change. It's 1.97 times the 1.15, and that would get us, the new standard deviation is 2.27.